I wanted to end this week talking about a woman who is positively influencing young women, even though she gets more hate than any other influencer ever. Nara Smith didn't make her money and fame from sleeping with hundreds of men or selling her bathwater online. Instead, after modeling professionally as a teen, she got married young, started having kids, and at the age of 23, she has 3 small children already. And in addition to her adorable mom content, her most viral content consists of wearing runway fashion while baking any and all things homemade in her magazine-worthy kitchen. Is it relatable? No, not really. That's sort of the whole point. Is it glamorous and beautiful? Yes, absolutely. She found a piece of content that pulls in millions of views, and she has simply stuck to what works. It's sort of like a show. So of course it sort of becomes sort of a character. You know, she's wearing more and more elaborate dresses, and it's just fun to watch. It's nice to listen to, good slow content for women to watch. There's nothing problematic there. But unlike other girls who have found other ways to pull in millions of views on the internet, her content is harmless, both to herself and to society. And it's not just harmless, I think it's a net good. Her videos inspire and glamorize parts of life that are typically overlooked and certainly not glamorized, like the task of making a meal for your family every day. The thankless work. God forbid she glamorized the chores that most people don't love doing. Or God forbid she teaches homemade versions of just about every kind of meal you could ever want to make. Even cereal. Like homemade cookie crunch crisp. And like has none of the harmful ingredients. Great. Leaning into motherhood and homemaking isn't a bad thing. So great that she's glamorizing it. Cool. But the ever so loving women of the internet beg to differ. In fact, she just announced that a 4th baby is on the way. So huge congrats to her. But well, the internet's response was predictable, unfortunately. Here's the video of her announcing. Precious. Wholesome. Honestly, like a real life fairy tale. There's not many women who live this sort of fairy tale looking life. I think back to like Disney princesses as my inspiration for fairy tale. She truly, everything about her life is just glamorous and whimsical and, again, not fully relatable, but there are parts of it that can be, and then makes me want to kind of glamorize my own life and wear pretty dresses and have babies and frolic like that. It's great. But her comment section was full of disappointment. These are both on Twitter responses and TikTok, and it's called X. I don't care about it. It's called Twitter. Someone over there said she should be in the club. No, Bonnie. No, she should not be in the club. Like, what a horrible thing to say. Maybe coming from like another 23-year-old who is in the club, it's like, no, who's living a better, healthier life right now? This is her husband's name, but they said Lucky Blue Smith is a reproductive terrorist and Nara is his victim. Wow, again, no. But my gosh. As if like babies and families are so horrific and traumatic and like that they equate it to a reproductive terrorist. I don't care if they're being sarcastic. There's a level of all of the comments being so similar that people truly believe that like it's that bad and that he's evil for impregnating her. I mean, it's like insane. They're happily married and they are having babies. My gosh. Unlike how some women want to portray Nara's life on social media, she's actually living a healthy and balanced life, which reminds me of Balance of Nature. Now, with Balance of Nature fruits and veggies, there's never been a more convenient dietary supplement to ensure that you get that wide variety of fruits and vegetables in your body every single day. Balance of Nature takes fruits and vegetables, they freeze dry them, turn them into a little powder, and then put them into a capsule. Then all you have to do is take those capsules every single day, and your body knows exactly what to do with them because they are natural, they don't have any garbage in them, they're truly just fruits and vegetables, which is why I love taking them because I care a lot about what is in the ingredients of the food that I'm consuming. And so with Balance of Nature, I know that I'm simply just getting fruits and vegetables, which I know that by myself, when I'm not taking Balance of Nature, I'm not getting enough of those. So it's good that I'm taking those supplements to make sure that I'm getting all the proper nutrients every single day. So if you guys want to try Balance of Nature for yourselves, you can go to balanceofnature.com and use promo code Conrad for 35% off your first order as a preferred customer. Plus, you get a free bottle of fiber and spice. That's balanceofnature.com, promo code Conrad today. Someone else said, it's really giving colonizer. That one didn't even make sense, so I just wanted to read it because it was so stupid, and I just wanted to show you all that people are dumb.
You are really dumb, for real.
I think that person was saying it because, like, her husband is white. I don't know. Another person said, girl, be young and live life. Propaganda I'm not falling for. Having kids, which is a trend. It's like the propaganda I'm falling for versus propaganda I'm not falling for.
It's a horrible sound.
Children.
Ugh, your life is gross.
It's not propaganda. It's just a girl living her life, and a lot of girls have babies, and then they post about it. In 10 years from now, a lot of these women will have children. Why are we calling this propaganda? And also be young and live life. she's also living life. And again, I'd argue she's living a beautiful, happy life. Maybe that looks different than what these girls who want to be at the club looks like. Okay. Doesn't mean it's propaganda or anything that's ugly and bad. Gosh, it's like that they're so fed into the other propaganda that they see this and like, it must be propaganda.
Do they not realize this is what women have done for hundreds of years?
All of it is like, even the homemaking element, it's like, this is so normal everywhere, forever. And somehow in the last century, we have been able to twist even the appearance of homemaking, that it has become this foreign, horrible thing that women want to reject. Why? Like, it's literally like, it's fascinating. I mean, the propaganda is fascinating on the other side because it's been so successful. Another person said, I don't care if she's rich or married. There's conservative natalism propaganda at play here. Why? Because she's married and has children? Why else? How else? What is conservative natalism? What even is that?
ChatGPT is calling natalism the belief that having children is a societal good and should be encouraged. How's that bad?
I think they thought that was such an own to say that. And then if you literally Google like what that is, I don't see why that's bad. Even like the pro-natalist movement, everyone's like, they're pro-natalist. They're pro-procreation. Good. If everyone was anti-natalism, we wouldn't be a country anymore. So not a bad thing.
We wouldn't be a species anymore.
Yeah. Not only would America be wiped, everyone would just... It's such a thing. All these articles are like conservative pro-natalists, making it a bad thing. Not surprising. But some people, thankfully, were not miserable human beings. She did everything right. That's why people are hating. She's married, happy, and rich. Yeah. I think people are just jealous. You gotta get to the root of it. That's how that is.
Does that sound like something you want?
Yes.
People just can't be happy, but some people could. Someone said, my brother and sister-in-law just had their fifth because they want a big family. Why are people so awful to those doing what they want? I mean, truly, like just leave them alone. My sister was saying that too, because my sister is now on her third baby. She's about to give birth, which is super exciting. But she is saying that when she got to the third number and started telling people, she's having 3, people started to be like, oh, really? Oh, what? Like it was almost like 2 is the threshold. Yeah, she says it happened a lot too, which is so interesting. Like, oh, but like that's a big, it's not even like a huge family.
No.
But she's still like in awe of how that's like a thing. And again, I would say, why? Like what? Even from the dawn of time, that was deemed a small family. But also, my sister's getting that to her face because she's not like an influencer online getting comments. Like, wild. Someone else asked a valid question. How does that affect your life personally? I'm crying. You think it was a nuclear attack being announced? I mean, truly, the way that people were flipping their lid over this. Someone else said, y'all want her to be something she isn't, so effing bad. Like, she's a breeder. Either get on board with that fact or go find someone else to stan. Even the concept of saying she's a breeder, almost in a dehumanizing sense of other women, of a capability that only your body has to do, and you're treating it like a dog. So disgusting. I was like, what are we doing? You talk about dehumanizing or demeaning women. That's demeaning women. And seeing other women do that was grotesque, frankly. And unfortunately, with just the way this comment section went, she predicted this would happen, which is why she took 6 months to announce, because she knew that she would get this kind of vitriolic response. And here's her doing a little pregnancy Q&A after she announced, which I thought was funny because she was kind of coming right at the haters and being like, let's talk.
I'm about to have 4 kids under 5 and I'm only 23, so let's talk about it.
She's like, I know I'm controversial. Sips tea. I love it.
First off, was it planned? No, this was a surprise baby. I said I was totally done after our last one.
People also were saying, like, she only wanted 3. Apparently, she said she only wanted 3. She was stopping, so everyone was shocked when she announced 4. But she announced it like, here's my surprise baby. So she was addressing the fact, like, it was a surprise. But she loves children and wasn't going to kill the baby. So she kept the baby. Celebrate it. Be happy.
How far along am I? I'm about 6 months now, which is crazy to say. And no, I didn't pre-record any of my videos. It's just good angles, outfits, and sucking in my stomach. I waited to share for as long as I feel like I could because I knew that people were going to have all kinds of opinions. And me personally, I had to get used to the idea as well of having another kid since I'm mentally prepped to be done after Whimsy.
Imagine just like knowing you couldn't post your pregnancy announcement because you knew so many people were just going to be so ugly about it. And a pregnancy announcement is like the one thing that everyone should be like the comment section full of just joy because it's not your business. So if you have nothing nice to say, move along. And if you want to congratulate the girl, congratulate her.
If anything, they should be mad at the fact that she named her child Whimsy.
Well, to be fair, a lot of the comments were, some of the top comments were talking about like, oh, I can't wait to meet Mary Go Round Smith. like she does have very unique names for the children, but honestly, so does all of Gen Z. Like this is just a thing. We're just naming our kids unique names. I don't know how to feel about it.
Tarzan? Okay, he's your baby.
I'm planning another home birth with this baby. I've had my other 3 at home or in a birthing center, so I got a midwife and we're gonna do a home birth again.
People were losing their mind that she was even talking about a home birth because like, it's dangerous on this platform to even discuss it. Let her be. Let her be.
What have been the biggest differences from this pregnancy to last? I think I've just been so busy with work that during the first trimester, I was on set constantly about to pass out, feeling really nauseous, and it wasn't the funnest of times.
She's like such a working mom, like truly a working woman. So she's not even trad. Like she's not a full trad wife the way that people want to paint her. She's quite the opposite. It's so interesting.
Lucky and I are really good at tag teaming. We tag team and really figure out our work schedules and what we have to do, and then the other person takes care of the kids, and then when we're lucky, family come and help out when we're both traveling or when it's just a little too much and the workload is piling up. So we're kind of managing it like that. No, I don't have a nanny. I don't have a whole team helping me. It's just me, my husband, and any family that's available to help.
Hearing that about not having a nanny, you know, obviously you can have nannies, do whatever you got to do to make it work for your family, but the fact that she doesn't, honestly, I think that's really cool. And so, again, that should be another thing that women are able to go, whoa, how do you do that? Like, as a role model of sorts, like, that's amazing that you're able to spend so much time with your kids and to be able to bring them along on shoots and kind of have them, weave them in as a part of your work life as well. And I think she was saying that because so many people were like, well, your nanny takes care of them. And, like, she was reading the comments. And so she was just kind of going through and, like, addressing all these things that she's sort of been accused of.
No, I'm not having this many kids because I'm Mormon. I'm not Mormon. I just wanted to be a young mom and do everything while I was really young, and I think that's just a personal preference for me. I did a lot of the things that people in their 20s do when I was a teenager, so now I felt like I was ready to start a new chapter and do other things, which is being a mom, and I love being a mom and making that choice.
Her addressing the fact that she's not even a Mormon, which is one of the big things that people believe about her, like this is why she's doing all these things, and she's like, not a Mormon. Next comment. I mean, truly, I feel like she's going through a comment section being like, well, this isn't true and this isn't true. And well, I would respect that. One person said, damn, she's been reading y'all's comments. Yeah, she knew the accusations and just went, which I think is very funny. I should do that. Another person said, dude, who cares if she's pregnant again? She can afford it and she's a good mom. I mean, that's the attitude. She said enough. She's taking back control of the narrative. You all pin on her. So happy for you, Nara. That's the right attitude. Honestly, for hosting a show called The Comment Section and someone who has experienced their fair share of hateful comments in recent months, it is truly sad to see how rude and disconnected people act online, saying things that you would never say to an expecting mother face to face. But we've become so desensitized to online discourse that it's totally acceptable. We talk about wanting and needing role models as women. Someone who is taking back control of the narrative and empowering women to shine in all respects. How is Nara anything but that? She is a successful businesswoman, happily married, raising beautiful babies, and living her dream life. And her successful life doesn't come at the expense of demeaning other women either. She is exemplifying a woman who is strong and capable, and someone who is doing what feels like the impossible. She is truly living up to all the things that a woman can be, and that should be celebrated. Thanks so much for watching today's episode. If you want more content like this, make sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video if you enjoyed it. For other content, you can follow me on Instagram and X, as well as our new comment section Instagram, which is very fun. It's popping over there. Thanks so much, guys, and have a great day.